tell you what, my little makeup and my hair and everything came out in a way that I didn't expect. But that's the only happy thing I can say today. I've been working on a video piece that I think will be beneficial and that most of you will get something out of. And I actually plan to post that next week. But in the middle of my plans, several things have happened. So we've had several celebrity deaths, and just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Nichelle Nichols is gone. She played Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek, the original Star Trek, the OG Star Trek. She symbolized a lot for me, and is probably one of the first women of color that I recall seeing anywhere. I watched Star Trek in syndication as a kid. She was on there. She was a woman of power. I was just like, wow, she was beautiful. She seemed very poised, articulate, all the things that completely hacked the stereotype, and all the things that I determined, even as a little girl, that I wanted to be when I became a grown woman. So that was the role she played in my life. Then, I don't know if I'm doing them in order, but I'm just thinking, Olivia Newton-John, again, someone that I watched as a little girl. I remember going to the movies to see Grease. I was a kid. I was like 7, 8, when Grease hit the big screen. And for me, it was all the dance numbers. It was Olivia seemed very girl next door. Sweet, poised, elegant. Of course, John Travolta to me was just gorgeous. I remember when he was on Welcome Back, Carter, and he's still a good-looking man even now. But the chemistry of the two of them on set together, and then how things panned out with their careers, the type of people they each seemed to be in their own right. It was sometimes difficult for me to think of one without the other because of the whole Grease movie thing. But when Miss Newton-John announced initially that she had cancer, I was just like, what? No, not Sandy. I just always referred to her as that. And then to find out that she was gone, this go round, I guess, it's like, oh my gosh. So that kind of hit me hard. Then because I'm kind of a fashion, guru, you wouldn't tell by these clothes I wear in these videos, but these pandemic videos, right? Issey Miyake. I was just like, what? I was telling my mother this morning that Issey was gone, and she's just like, are you sure? I said, my Japanese is kind of hit or miss. So I'm probably never going to get his name pronounced exactly right. I said, but you know what I'm talking about, right? She's like, yeah. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard. I've been kind of out of the loop as far as the media is concerned this week. But then it leads me to today. Oh, backtrack. I don't know his name. The guy that played TC on Magnum P.I. I'm like, what? The same day we're hearing about Olivia Newton-John. I call him TC. That's what I knew him as. TC's gone too. It's like, what is going on? Again, standout on Magnum. Tom Selleck. I was like, whoa. Even as a kid, I was like, whoa, that Tom Selleck. I said to my grandmother, I said, Granny, look at him. She's like, his shorts are too short. That's all she focused on. But for me as a kid, I was like, hello. But anyway, TC, the dude in the helicopter, my brother and I were always, yeah, TC, we're rooting for him always to just, we liked TC and Higgins. I don't know why. But anyway, we were always rooting for TC on every episode of Magnum PI. So that was sad to me. And then leading to Anne Heche, Lord, I I'm just speechless over the whole thing. And that's what led me to turn the camera on today. Anne Heche for me is like a peer in a sense because we're the same generation, Gen X. She's only 2 years older than I am. And I just thought, what if I had children and something like this happened to me? Now, there are a few things I want to say, and I mean something tragic, not necessarily every detail of what we're hearing and what was allegedly thought of to be going on. But I am not putting specific names of any of the celebrities I mentioned in the title of this video for a few reasons. Out of respect for them, to show my love and appreciation for them, and then also because the Anne Heche thing just happened today. They just stated overnight that she was brain dead and then, I guess took her off life support and she's really truly gone now. My heart goes out to her kids and her family, all those who loved her, worked with her, knew her. My heart also goes out to the woman whose house she hit and everybody involved in that. My heart goes out to the pedestrian she almost hit, because I cannot imagine the trauma behind any of that. Being nearly hit as a pedestrian and actually having your house hit, in that situation. All of it is sad. All of it is just, you're just like, oh my goodness. And after hearing about her being declared going to die, basically, last night, I went on her Facebook page just to, offer something. I feel like that if you post something, the spirit still knows it. That's just me. It's not, well, maybe it is based on my religion, but, it's not like a religious thing. There's no rabbi, priest, preacher, anybody clergy member that's going to be like, yeah, you post on Facebook, TikTok, or any of the other things, YouTube, Twitter, etc., your sentiments to someone who's gone or who is going, and they will know. They're not going to say that. That's just what I feel, what I believe. If souls never die, if spirits never die, I feel like they know. They're just in a realm where they cannot respond. And I turned the camera on to talk about this, to say this. The series that I'm working on is regarding, I'll kind of very broadly describe it. I don't want to give too much away. It's about how to deal with one's feelings. I'm going real broad. How to deal with one's feelings. And if there was an alleged issue involving substance abuse with Miss Heche, or with any of these celebrities that we see that allegedly have that issue, instead of being negative about it, making fun of the situation, we should open our hearts and understand, well, not understand necessarily if you've never done any of that, but have some empathy, have some respect for the person and their families and what they're going through. I'm saying that because when I saw a news video announcement about Miss Haitia's condition, Miss Ann, Sister Ann, I was just like, oh my God. So I typed, I'm trying to remember exactly. I typed, "This is sad. I'm praying for you. I was hoping you'd pull through," regarding Anne Heche. Some other people typed similar sentiments. And somebody else said, I think the literal words they said was, "I was hoping that you'd make it," you know? So then later on, a few hours later, I get a little ding notification I'm working. Ding. Why? And I thought, why? What's this in reference to? Because that's all I saw, right? You just see the reply. Why? So I clicked on it and I realized what they were saying why about. Why am I praying? Because this is a sad situation. Is that the why? Like, I'm pulling apart my little very brief statement. Why did I hope she'd pull through? Because she has people who love her and support her, and she's the mother of 2 kids. Now, I don't know if her son's looking at them. They're either teenagers or they might be young adults, and I mean very early young adults. But I digress. I had followed her career as a fellow Gen Xer. I was always interested in what she was doing, as I am a lot of Gen X celebrities and Gen X people in general. I'm not usually a generational person when I describe things or when I decide, oh, I really love that music or love, this designer's this or whatever. But I'm a very artistic person, and I do feel like that a lot of Gen Xers, that our generation is kind of, how can I put this? Because I was about to say something kind of not PC just then. We're kind of the elephant in the room, maybe. Like we're here, but we're not here. Like, not a lot is said about us. Initially, when we were young, like teenage to young adult, there was the whole, Toys R Us, I don't want to grow up thing happening. And that was being used to describe us. And I'm thinking, whoever it is that's writing this about us as a generation, they don't even know anything about us and what we do. And how dare they? I was offended. And X is, unknown. This generation's unknown. They don't know what they want to do in life. Not only did I always know what I wanted to do in life, like exactly to the letter, most of the people I know in my age group knew. And for those who didn't know, they figured it out. I say our generation is quite innovative. I would say that our generation has several entrepreneurs in it that have made it and done well. I'm immediately thinking of Tyler Perry because he's around the same age as Anne Heche. I think if he's not 53, he's like 52. But, people like that who we're able to take nothing and make something out of it. We're able to take our life experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, and make something out of it. And for me, in my opinion, that's what Anne Heche did. She took the experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, and poured that into her level of artistry as an actor. And we enjoyed it. We were entertained by it. We were educated by it. And another thing that helped me as an individual to understand more about LGBTQ plus rights was when she and Ellen DeGeneres were together, because unless she was with a woman after Miss DeGeneres, that was the only woman she was ever with. And I was like, I don't understand. How does this happen? Because in everything that I was ever taught in school by, family who thought they meant well. And just in life, up to that point, I thought that you were one thing or the other, and there were some people that were bi, and that was it. And by bi, I mean bisexual. We didn't even have the terms of biromantic, aromantic, none of that. We knew none of those terms. We weren't taught any of that. I credit Ms. Heche for allowing me to initially think about that and think about there's something more that we have not been told just looking at this relationship, and I'm wanting to know what it is. Not just to feed my own curiosity, but to help better understand a couple of dear friends of mine in my life. I wanted to understand more, and you can never fully understand someone if you're not in their shoes per se, but you can be empathetic to some of the things that they're experiencing, and you can welcome some of what they're saying to you. That is not your life. So with all that being said, I leave this. Celebrity deaths and tragedies are difficult for those of us civilians who may or may not know them, because it reminds us that celebrities are humans too. While they may have something that makes them a celebrity, that gives them that status, certain talent, skill, they might have certain entrepreneurial skills that put them all the way up the top, the gift for gab, things like that, for talk show hosts that are famous, that put them all the way up to the top, to the upper epsilon of society. That makes us inquisitive to the point that the media picks up on it and they sell product after product, news clip, op-ed piece about them, magazines, music, etc., movies, etc., to us. At the end of the day, they're just humans. We're all going to go. And I think we should do our best to live our best lives to the fullest. If something's not working for us, we need to push harder, get out of our comfort zone, and don't stay in a mess. Work hard to get out of it. So that's what I get out of this week or two with all these celebrity deaths. And hone my craft. I definitely get that out of Miss Heche's death, Miss Nichols' death, all the people I mentioned, Mr. Miyake. Hone your craft. So on this channel, that's what I'm going to be doing. Honing my craft, my artistry, music, showing that. I get really scared to show my musical side. I don't know why. I have been so afraid to put that out here on YouTube. But, if I can live, I'll do it. Take care. Peace and love to you.